Hello, my friends. Today it was not like I supposed, but really, I'm really sad.
At East vs West 24, Hermes Gasparini suffered a devastating loss against Artyom Morozov. During the match, he seemed to be in some pain. After the match, he uploaded a video talking about an old injury which was bothering him during the match, and it looked like he was blaming his loss on that injury. And naturally, the fans started complaining about Hermes faking an injury during the match. Take a look at these comments. Now wait for Hermes excuses. Hermes faking the injury was hilarious. Quality gladiator. Hermes is Rafael Nadal of arm wrestling, both faking injuries in their sports. Where are all the Morozov haters now? Hermes also faking that injury in round 1 was funny. Hermes faking an injury round 2 and pulling normally in round 3. Now this is a big comment which we will discuss later in this video. After the match, Hermes said, "Today it was not like I supposed, but I am really sad. First round when I pushed, I felt the crack again because 1 month ago during the training, the two-hand work, all that stuff, I had the injury in my elbow and I called Robert to delete the match." This is also something that the fans are mentioning. When Morozov wasn't in the best shape, when he thought that he cannot prepare as well as he want to face Devon Larratt on the left arm, he told that to everyone. He was honest about it, and yet he got some hate for that. Why didn't Hermes Gasparini tell us about his injury? Why did he agree for the match if he wasn't 100%? And if he agreed, why is he talking about the injury now? Let's break down Gasparini's video. Hermes said that he was injured 1 month before this match. The clip that we just saw, it wasn't actually two-hand work, but there was a guy who was pulling with a band and obviously his right arm. The injury affected his side pressure. He considered withdrawing the match. He contacted Robert Baxter, several other people, including Devon Larratt, for some advice about some recovery. He received some treatment, some cortisone injections. He felt almost perfect before the match, but as soon as the first round started, he felt the injury once again. He couldn't apply side pressure. He heard that crack once again, and we can see him holding his elbow as soon as he lost. After that, Hermes considered stopping the match. He wanted to quit, but instead, he decided to continue and give us the best fight possible, but the pain increased every round. He tried to rely mainly on back pressure rather than side pressure, but that, as we saw, did not work for him. Hermes believes that side pressure is one of the most important strengths in arm wrestling, and he simply didn't have any of it left during the match. Without that, he cannot perform normally. But he said he's not blaming the loss on injury. Some fans think that he's making excuses and he's just lying when he's telling the truth.
And that's it, guys. Again, it's not excuses. I said only the truth, And some people think it is excuses, but I don't care. This is the truth, guys.
Well, I will say, which I've said in the past too, I'm not sure when it was decided that an excuse has to be a lie. I always believe that at least maybe 90% of the excuses in the world are in fact true. They aren't lies. He does not have time to train or motivation to train because he's a truck driver and he doesn't love arm wrestling. It isn't like it wasn't the truth. It was the truth, and yet it was an excuse. So truth and excuse more often than not coexist. Even if Hermes was genuinely injured, it can still be considered as an excuse because he was the one who chose this match. He could have refused, he could have backed down, but he didn't. Hermes said that Morozov was extremely strong. He does not want to take anything away from the Terminator, even though he kind of did with that video of his, and he wants the rematch one day. Hermes isn't sure whether the injury was caused due to too much table training or something else during his preparation. He feels sad and confused at the same time. So the future for him as of now is uncertain. He mentioned potentially facing Vitaly Laletin or some other super heavyweights in the future, and also maybe going down to 115 kilos, which we'll talk about in a moment. So what exactly went down? East vs West 24 was a night of surprises. The heavy favorite Hermes Gasparini got beat by Morozov with a score of 4-1. The rankings have changed. The number 8th guy is now the number 3 guy in the world. So what's next for Hermes Gasparini? Morozov exposed a problem with Hermes That wasn't just about this loss, that wasn't just about Gasparini's potential injury. It was a big setback. A hooker who came back from a wrist surgery, became a top roller for the first time in his career, and out top rolled the guy that is known for his top roll is for smart people. He's the brand ambassador of that line. Morozov was just too big for Hermes. That's the problem with Hermes Gasparini, that in today's world, despite weighing nearly 130 kilos, he's not big enough for these guys. Morozov was also a little bit more powerful than Hermes in the pronation and more powerful than Hermes in back pressure, which is surprising, and also arm power. Again, Morozov out back pressured the strongest back pressure in the world. How does that work out? Hermes Gasparini's hand was over Artyom Morozov's elbow pad. That's how much back Morozov dragged him. There was no plan B for Hermes Gasparini. Hermes is devastating when he gains hand control. Nobody can stop him, as we did see in this match too, in the third round, which Hermes won. Against Morozov, once the lane of hand control was shut down, there wasn't any backup for Hermes Gasparini. There was no defensive top rolling, there was no kings moving going on from Hermes. The flop press defense that once worked against Levan didn't really work against Morozov in this match. And coming back to the comment which we discussed earlier from a fan in this video, if Hermes was genuinely that much injured, let's say if his power because of that crack in the first round dropped from 100% to 85%, how did he still win the third round? It's not like 85% Hermes is enough to beat Morozov. Just the fact that he was able to pin Morozov shows you that he still had at least 95% of his power left, maybe even more. So clearly the injury did not affect him that much during the match if he won a round. Hermes has talked about getting to 140 kilos to face Levan Saginashvili for the third time, but that does not seem possible as of now. Not with the quality muscle that Hermes always talks about. So Hermes will be back to the drawing board for sure. He always tries to come back stronger after his losses, especially the way he did after the Devon Larratt loss by working on his hand and wrist. But he lost his wrist once again against Morozov, and the arm power also wasn't there. So this time he has to work on everything. If Hermes still wants to stay in the super heavyweight division, especially after this injury, I think he needs to prove himself once again. And the only logical match left for Hermes is Alex Kurdecha. In the past few years, when Hermes kept improving and winning and Kurdecha wasn't performing well, we all just assumed that Hermes doesn't need the rematch because he has already surpassed Kurdecha. Hermes himself said that Kurdecha needs to climb the rankings if he wants to face him. But Morozov was ranked 8 when he beat the ranked 3 Hermes. The difference of 5 ranks. Kurdecha is ranked 9 and Hermes is 4 now. Once again, a difference of 5 ranks. That match should happen. If Hermes loses to Kurdecha once again, he can say goodbye to the super heavyweight division forever. So realistically speaking, injury or not, the road to becoming a super heavyweight champion of the world for Hermes is officially closed for at least a few more years. I'm saying few more years because nothing is certain. We can only see the near future. When Devon lost to Michael Todd in 2018, nobody would have believed, including Devon, that Devon would hit his new peak when he's close to 50 years old. But he did that. So who knows, maybe Hermes will be much stronger when he's 40 compared to when he's 33 right now. But I still think that if it was Vitali instead of Morozov, and even if there was no injury with Hermes, I think Vitali would have flash pinned Hermes Gasparini. And I'm not saying this now after seeing Hermes get beat. I have been saying that for the past 1 year. I don't think Hermes is ever going to beat Vitali Laletin once again. Vitali has shown some actual progress on the arm wrestling table, while Hermes only showed us progress in the gym. I mean, just compare the Gasparini matches. The Morozov match. Vitali flash pinned Morozov and Hermes lost to him. Now let's talk about the Devon Larratt match. Vitali pinned a much stronger, much bigger 300-pound version of Devon in the first round. And Hermes lost to a much weaker 260-pound Devon Larratt, and the match wasn't even close. So what makes you think that Hermes can still beat Vitali? Hermes is a small guy trying to step up in the world of big guys. And yes, a 6'2", 128 kg arm wrestler is a small guy in today's world. When Hermes faced a similar sized arm wrestler, Michael Todd, he actually beat him. When Hermes beat Vitali, Vitali was also weighing 135 kilos in shoes. Now he weighs 145. So coming back to the super heavyweight division, it will be a slow climb for Hermes Gasparini when he's returning after his injury. Until then, I think he should focus on the 115 kg category. Instead of climbing the ladder slowly, why not go to the number one spot straight away? He has to push his body to the limits just to stay over 125 kilos. It's a 8% body weight cut to 115 kilos. I think he can pretty easily do that. And then he can get a guaranteed title shot in his first match. Let's figure out this situation. When Ivan Matyushenko won the title, he immediately called out Hermes Gasparini.
Well, my dream match is against Hermes Gasparini, but now he is too big, and I am not sure that he will come down to 115.
Now Robert Baxter has announced that after winning the 105 kg title, Michael will be getting the 115 kg title shot next. So if Ivan retains the title against Michael, then Ivan versus Hermes is the next match. If Michael wins the title, Hermes can simply call Robert and tell him that I beat this guy 3-0 when we both weighed 280 pounds. I can still beat him 4-0 when we both weigh 250. Give me the title shot. And he immediately gets the title shot. In my eyes, Hermes is realistically number 5 in the world right now. And if he's seriously injured, then maybe he's out of top 10 for this year. It will be a slow climb back to the top, and it is not worth it. Not at this point. Do you want to see Hermes get down to 115 kilos? And maybe, just maybe, hope that Devon Larratt does not come back to that category. Maybe hope that Devon focuses himself on Morozov instead. Then I think Hermes can become the 115 kg champion. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again.